So, how long have you lived in the 49th Ward?
Since 1960.
Wow. How long have you been a Joe Moore supporter?
Well, I was an early supporter of Joe before his first election 16 years ago. I was in a group of people that chose Joe to run for alderman out of several people who were interested in running for alderman.
Do you see this particular race as a difficult one? Was it a difficult race?
This was the most difficult one. Perhaps the first one was difficult. That was 16 years ago, and it's not real fresh in my mind, but he's had a contest every time, but not as difficult as this one.
How many supporters do you think there were, not supporters, campaign workers for Mr. Moore?
Oh my. Probably a couple of hundred is my guess, yeah. Because it drew in unions. The unions were greatly supportive of Joe, and so they sent union people in, especially for this runoff election, because there weren't as many runoff elections as there were in February. I mean, it was all 50 wards then. And they concentrated their efforts in some other areas then, but this time we got a lot of union support.
Were you working since early this morning?
Was I what?
Working since early this morning? Were you pounding the pavement?
Oh yes, I got up at 4:15 and I got to the polling place at 5:30, right.
Wow. So, do you have any predictions? Do you think Joe's going to pull this one off?
I think it's going to be very close, but I think Joe's going to run and win, yes.
Well, thank you for your time.
You're quite welcome.
Hey everybody, can I have your attention please? We all out here to support Joe Moore tonight. We're all out here to support a living wage tonight. We're all out here to support a diverse community tonight. My name is Jim Jenderski. I am proud to call Joe Moore a friend, and I am proud to be his supporter. I am proud to support a living wage. I am proud to support a diverse community. The numbers are looking good right now. We're waiting on a few final results, but I want to give Joe the opportunity to come out here and explain all that for himself. So please join me in giving Joe Moore a rousing welcome and make him feel at home.
Well, we got a crowd here tonight. Absolutely. Where's Barb and Nathan? Come on up. Well, we're not prepared to declare victory yet. But I got to tell you, our internal numbers look very good. We think in the final analysis we're going to win. And I just wanted to come out here and tell you that. To thank you for all your hard work. To urge you to stick around because it's going to be one hell of a party. And to thank you for your hard work. I know it was very, very tough out there for you today. The opposition was trying to prevent people from exercising their right to vote. They're engaging in all sorts of intimidation. And yet we saw it through. This is a wonderful conglomeration and collection of people, all committed to a living wage, all committed to diversity, all committed to a progressive version for Chicago. And so I wanted to thank you for coming out tonight. I want to urge you to stick around because in the final analysis, when those final numbers come in, according to what we know unofficially, we're going to have one hell of a great victory party. Thank you very much, everybody. And let me say one other thing. Let me thank my good friend Jim Jendersky, who shares my vision for progressive Rogers Park and Edgewater. Thank him for that. And my son Nathan, who worked the precinct today. And Barbara, who just did everything imaginable in the campaign. But we'll thank them again, and we're going to thank each and every one of you in just a few minutes. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back.
Only lesson is that when you choose to be someone who challenges the status quo, life becomes a little bit more difficult. But I didn't enter politics just to hold a job and hold a position. I entered politics to try to make a difference. And that's what I believe we've done in the last 4 years in particular, but also the last 16 years that I've had the privilege of representing the people of this ward.
But the fact that it's so close right now, does that not concern you somewhat? Because it's not a landslide. I mean, the numbers are, according to the last numbers I saw, still 51-49, 52-48.
Well, yeah, and our numbers actually show the reverse. Actually 51-49 in my favor, and we've got almost every precinct in. So in the final analysis, we'll just have to see what the final numbers are, but I'm very confident that based on what we know from our own workers and the results that we've gotten in our hands, that we're going to emerge victorious.
But knowing that it wasn't a landslide, does that bother you at all that you don't have 60% of your ward or however?
Every elected official would like to win with a landslide. But when you challenge the status quo, when you try to rock the boat, you make enemies, and life becomes much more difficult for you as an elected official. But I never entered politics just to hold a job and hold a title. I entered politics to try to make a difference, to try to make a change, to be a change agent. And when you do that, you do end up having these close battles because you make a lot of enemies. My opponent was funded by very rich Republicans. He was able to use that in engaging in some negative campaigning. And obviously, unfortunately, negative campaigning does have an effect. It does have it does benefit the candidate engaging in that. And so we can only answer it by responding with a positive issue-oriented campaign. And I think ultimately the results will show that the 49th ward voters responded to that.